Joining us now on the telephone from San Francisco is the Philippine Finance Secretary, Cesar Purisima. Finance Secretary, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Well, does this upgrade in your rating reflect the reality on the ground for the Philippine economy?
Good morning, Rishan. Clearly, we're very pleased with the upgrade. This is another affirmation of the economic agenda of President Aquino, and this is the eighth positive ratings action since the President took over. If you look at the implied bond ratings, the Philippines is still about 3 to 4 notches underrated, probably the most underrated country in the world. But clearly this is a step in the positive and the right direction, and we're continuing to work on the fundamentals.
Yeah, well, you know, you've been on record as saying that these ratings agencies need to adjust the way that they do things and adjust their models to reflect the reality. So are we getting closer to the reality, or, you know, what do you think their biggest concern is when it looks at the Philippine economy?
Well, definitely this is getting closer to what the market is rating the Philippines. It recognizes the stronger fiscal position, the strong external position, as well as the well-managed macroeconomic environment, plus the political stability brought about by the election of President Aquino. Among the issues raised by credit rating agencies are the low per capita, but clearly the per capita of the Philippines has more than doubled since 2005, from 1,160 to over 2,340, and for the first quarter this year, the growth is at 6.4%, and we're going to continue to see higher growth rates, boosted not only by consumption, but also by increased government spending and investment.
Okay, where's the growth going to come from, and who's investing at the moment in the Philippines?
Well, the past 53 quarters, the Philippines has had growth since the Asian crisis. This has been driven by internal consumption. The President Aquino has launched an aggressive infrastructure program. We are in the process of bidding out several major projects, and we've also announced a long pipeline of projects across a broad area of infrastructure. We hope that this will continue to attract very good interest, as the previous projects, the first project that was successfully bidded out showed.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about other headwinds that you might be facing. Now, of course, you're not immune to the global economy and where it heads to, particularly. How much concern do you have when you look at workers' remittances, of course, which is one of the mainstays of the economy? Are you confident that those can remain stable?
Remittances has proven to be very resilient. In fact, it reached $20 billion last year. It grew 7%. And in the first few months of this year, it continued to grow beyond the program, over 5%. And its resilience is based mainly on the fact that it's geographically well diversified. Secondly, Filipinos are in increasingly higher paying jobs across the world, from cement to the healthcare industry to the IT, and all the way to senior management level. During the global economic crisis in 2008, in fact, they were predicting a substantial decrease, but the reality was it actually increased. So we're confident that these remittances will continue to grow.
Finance Secretary, what about growth this year? Are you maintaining your forecast, or are you going to give them a bit of a lift upwards?
I'm sorry, I did not get your question.
Growth forecast. I was just wondering, you know, given what you're saying, are you going to be lifting up your growth forecast, saying that the economy there will grow faster than you envisaged?
Well, we're sticking to the program of between 5 and 6%. Aspirationally, we are doing reforms in the country so that we can sustain it at higher levels, target of 7 to 8%. The main objective of President Aquino is to reduce poverty in the Philippines, and the only way to do that is sustain high growth rates over a long period of time, and that's why we are addressing the major constraints, in particular governance, infrastructure, and some policies that need to be aligned with our objectives.
Cesar Purisima, thank you so much for your time. That's the Finance Secretary of the Philippines.